Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Hi, everybody. Before we get started, I have a quick public service announcement. If there is a Christine Bournet in the crowd, please see me after graduation. We have something of yours that was found on one of the tables. Welcome to our Canine Companions North Central Region Graduation and Matriculation Ceremony. My name is Emily Bell, Executive Director here at our region, and we are so thrilled that you are all here to celebrate with us on this wonderful day. Graduates, we are excited to recognize you and the hard work you and your new service and facility dogs have put in over these past few weeks. You are the reason that we do what we do to support our Canine Companions mission. It has been such a pleasure getting to know you, and we can't wait to see where you go with your new canine partner. Today's graduation ceremony and every graduation is the start of exciting new beginnings for our clients. As we honor the 13 teams on the stage today, we also celebrate a major milestone nationwide. With this graduation ceremony happening across the country, we are placing our 8,000th team at Canine Companions. As many of you know, we created the modern service dog all the way back in 1975. We couldn't be more proud to be part of so many life-changing partnerships. Across the country, we have 65 teams graduating and 186 puppies who are moving on to their professional training. Because of this exciting 8,000th milestone, we're going to invite you to watch a short special video featuring that 8,000th client, Dr. Angeli Farber-Pratt, and her service dog, Cabo, who are graduating today at our Southwest region out in Oceanside, California. Please enjoy.
My name is Dr. Angeli Farber-Pratt, and I live in Denver, Colorado, and this is Cabo.
I'm Elizabeth Wright. My husband Gene and I had the great pleasure of welcoming Cabo into the world. We witnessed her first breath and her first squeal. We watched her take her first steps after being the first puppy to open her eyes.
Hi, I'm Ann. I was a volunteer puppy raiser for Cabo from 9 weeks until she returned to Canine Companions.
My disability is transverse myelitis, and I acquired my disability when I was only 4.5 months old, and so I use a manual wheelchair to get around day to day, and I'm not able to stand or walk or things like that. Being team number 8,000 for Canine Companions, first of all, it's just a tremendous honor. And I really feel like, as both with my former service dog and now successor dog, that having a service dog was the missing piece of the puzzle of my accessibility needs as a person with a disability. I'm so excited for her to be able to pick up items that I drop, because I sure do drop a lot of things, and also to be able to get my wheelchair if it rolls away. So that's a more complex task for her, of putting together a lot of different pieces of her training.
Raising Cabo was such an amazing journey. She was my first puppy, and it was apparent from the start how smart she was. She'd already learned how to sit on command, and she was fearless and loved to learn. During training, we'd go through the various commands, and at the end, she would look at me as if to say, "Hey, Sid, what's next?" I love Cabo, and I know that Anjali will be the perfect partner for her.
For the future of Canine Companions, I really hope that we continue to welcome many more graduates into the field, many more puppy raisers and volunteers. I believe that the future is bright for Canine Companions, to be able to continue to welcome those individuals into the fold, and to be able to make matches, and to encourage individuals to continue to live their best lives, and to be able to accomplish things that they didn't even think were possible.
We are so pleased that Cabo and Anjali are the 8,000th service team for Canine Companions, and we wish them the very best of luck in their new relationship together.
Pretty powerful stuff, right? You have heard a few times now that Canine Companions was founded in 1975, which means we're coming up on our 50th anniversary next year in 2025. As the new year draws near, be on the lookout for information on all of the many ways that we're going to be celebrating this 50th anniversary milestone. I'd like to take a moment to recognize those that make all of this work possible. Canine Companions, as you know, is a nonprofit organization. We're able to train service dogs and match them with our clients free of charge because of the generosity of others, many of whom are in the room with us right now. Thank you to everyone who supports our mission. I have the honor of also recognizing the Columbus Southeast Lions Club, who have sponsored today's graduation and matriculation ceremony here in our region. Our partnership with Lions nationwide is strong, and Lions have supported Canine Companions since that founding in 1975. In total, this group of humanitarians has donated nearly $5 million to our organization, and we are grateful for your partnership today and every day. I'd also like to thank all of our team training lunch volunteers and donors, who you'll find listed in the program. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that August is National Make-A-Will Month. We have many passionate advocates of our mission who have decided to leave gifts to Canine Companions in their plans. If this is you or this interests you, please stick around after the ceremony today. We have a special donor appreciation event happening at 3 o'clock right out here in the great room. If you're inspired by what you witnessed today and you want to get further involved, we have some great opportunities coming up. September is National Service Dog Month. Who knew that? And we're celebrating first with Dog Fest, our signature event that happens right here on our campus, September 15th. It's free and open to all with food trucks, vendors, demonstrations, and more. And it's also a great way for the folks in the room to engage your networks, invite other people out, and folks also have the opportunity to do some fundraising on our behalf. Some of you know that the total cost to make one client service dog placement is $50,000. And we raise these funds through Dog Fest and elsewhere so that we can continue to do what we do. There's an ad in the back of your program with a link where you can go to learn more about the day of Dog Fest and all of the events that are happening on campus. So we hope to see many of you back here. In addition, we aim to make sure that communities throughout our 14-state region recognize National Service Dog Month. And we're working with local government officials throughout those 14 states to recognize National Service Dog Month through proclamations. We have a very easy online software program that helps folks do just that. So if that interests you, see any staff member at the end of this graduation ceremony and we can tell you how to get further involved in that. Finally, along with the many other reasons to celebrate, I'm excited to share that today is the Netflix premiere of a new documentary called Inside the Mind of a Dog, which features Canine Companions fairly heavily. It speaks to the intelligence of service dogs and the work that goes into training them. So hopefully now everybody has weekend plans to watch the documentary. I know that I will be tuning in. Thanks again to each of you. We're so grateful that you're here and grateful to be part of this work. I now have the pleasure of introducing Suzanne Slicklin, Puppy Program Manager, greatest professional title in the world, who will begin the recognition of our matriculating dogs and their puppy raisers.
Good afternoon, everyone. As the Puppy Program Manager, I have the privilege of working with our amazing puppy raisers every day. Our puppy raisers are some of the most selfless and kind-hearted people we'll ever meet. Our amazing puppy raisers pick up a very cute 8-week-old ball of fluff with very sharp teeth. They endure sleepless nights of potty training, which is basically a half-sleep adult carrying a puppy outside in the pitch black and repeating, "Hurry, you can do it. Hurry, did you go?" Is that a leaf or not? Not 100% sure. And then they teach this little ball of energy that their kennel is a fun place, and there is no need to scream at the top of their lungs, especially in the middle of the night. As the puppies start to grow, their puppy raisers take them everywhere, to work, to the store, on trips, and to puppy class to learn new skills. Our puppy raisers do all of this in hopes of laying a strong foundation to prepare this special pup for a person they have not met yet. About 1.5 years of hard work, lots of love, and just a little bit of dog fur, those amazing puppy raisers hand over a leash of their once tiny little balls of fur that have turned into beautiful, smart, well-behaved dogs, and proudly watch them trot off to professional training to find their destiny. Today, we celebrate the hard work our amazing puppy raisers have poured into these exceptional dogs. Please, we're going to sit back here and we'd like to introduce our puppy raisers of our matriculating dogs. So, come on up here. And I'd like to introduce actually Teresa Hart. If we could have Teresa come on up. Teresa will be handing out our charms that are so graciously donated by one of our wonderful longtime volunteers. Yep. All right. So let me step on over here. Let me take this. So first, I would like to introduce Julia Havey and Lisa Skemp from Downers Grove, Illinois, who raised Nanny. I'd like to recognize Stacy Jo Lemke from Chicago, Illinois, who raised Major the 7th. I'd like to recognize Terry and Dan Rowe from Beach Park, Illinois, who raised Joji. I'd like to recognize Wendy Fowler from Avon, Indiana, who raised Henley. I'd like like to recognize Linda Furlon from West Dundee, Illinois, who raised Winona III. I'd like to recognize Deb Moss from Westerville, Ohio, who raised Russell V. I'd like to recognize Dave and Kim Norris from Fishers, Indiana, who raised Firefly III. I'd like to recognize Dinaz Tingelstad from Chaplin, Minnesota, who raised Sarah III. I'd like to recognize Jean and John Seeger from Lake Elmo, Minnesota, who raised Kalani IV. I'd like to recognize Adam Elliott from Heath, Ohio, who raised Bartley, who we all called Little Black Bart. I'd like to recognize Marion Taylor from Lenexa, Kansas, who raised Dodger V. I'd like to recognize Kim and Chris Bodeker from Thornville, Ohio, who raised Ginsburg, one of our donor names. I'd like to recognize Jim and Winora Heldman from Baldwin, Missouri, who raised Molino. I'd like to recognize Sherry Bryant from Overland Park, Kansas, who raised Kara IV. And our wonderful charm lady, Brant Carter and Steve Pearson from Indianapolis, Indiana, who raised Linus the 11th. We're getting above 10 now. I'd like to recognize Cindy and Steve Holovacs from Wakeman, Ohio, who raised Kirby. I'd like to recognize John and Raylan Phillips from Kinsman, Ohio, who raised Murray IV. I'd like to recognize Stacy Schultz from Vermilion, Ohio, who raised Franklin, who I'd love to call Franklin the Turtle. I'd like to recognize Vicki Schieffer from Columbia, Missouri, who raised Ian the 7th, who I found out the name, it's a namesake too. I'd like to recognize Yolanda Gonzalez and Jamie Neverett from Tiffin, Ohio, who raised Lee the 6th. And our most favorite, Beth Schroeder from Kalamazoo, Michigan, who raised Lonnie the 2nd. I'd like to recognize Sarah Ryan from New Albany, Ohio, who raised Kiefer IV, and we're roping her back in. Yay! I'd like to recognize Dakota Gordon, a college student recently graduated from Hudson, Ohio, but aka from the University of Pittsburgh, who raised Minerva III. I'd like to recognize Karen and Chuck King from Winfield, Illinois, who raised Inez V, who's also a donor name. And I'd like to recognize Jim and Janie Baum from Brunswick, Ohio, who raised Nobu. I'd also like that is here. We have 3 that are currently unable to attend. I'd like to recognize Erica Forbush, who might be listening in her car as she drives way back to Wisconsin. I also recognize Seth and Tracy Pirch from Delaware, Ohio, who raised Huck III. And, is Linda are you in here? I feel like Linda Schoeffel from Emlenton, Pennsylvania, who raised Cloud II. And Cloud decided to go into heat, so she couldn't be here in the room with us. But we would like to recognize we got a charm for you. So, yeah. self-combobulated here. So congratulations, puppy raisers, and thank you for all of your tireless dedication to our mission. Let's give them all a round of applause. As all of our puppy raisers know, the question they get asked most frequently is, how can we give them up? We are going to show you right now the best motivation for puppy raising is to be immersed in our wonderful mission at events like this. The mission of serving others through the human canine bond. Our latest team training class has created 13 new teams. The dogs are exceptional, but so are the people and their stories. So we're going to sit back here in a minute and we're going to learn all about our graduating dogs and the puppy raisers who got them there. I'd also like to take a quick moment to recognize Cindy Halifax, who raised puppy Rumble. And over here, she's raising her hand. So through an outside organization, Rumble, we are coordinating with, and so we have a graduate through Rumble, so we're super excited. Woohoo. So thank you. We're going to sit back and watch the puppy picture presentation. Thank you again, puppy raisers, for all your time, effort, and energy. We definitely could not do this without you. We so appreciate everything, so thank you. I would now like to take this moment to thank our amazing volunteers and staff that make our breeding program possible. Our breeding program is based out of Canine Companions headquarters in Santa Rosa, California. Every quarter, we select new breeder dogs from the recently matriculated puppies, and today we'd like to recognize the amazing volunteers that make that possible. Please join me in honoring and congratulating our newest breeder dogs and the volunteers that raised them and our new breeder caretakers. I'd like to especially shout out for the North Central region. We had Morley Place, who was raised by Amy Stern and family from Adams, Minnesota. So we're super excited to see little Morleys coming our way soon. So, woo. All right, we'll sit back and enjoy the breeder slideshow and see the future of Canine Companions.
my pleasure. My name is Adrina Spracker. I am the program director at North Central, and it is my pleasure to introduce Dennis Villasenor, Canine Companions multi-time puppy raiser and Army veteran who served in the field artillery from 1989 to 1992 for our challenge coin presentation. Dennis?
Good afternoon. A challenge coin is a small coin bearing an organization's insignia or emblem and carried by the organization's members. Traditionally, they might be given to prove membership when asked and to enhance morale. They are also collected by service members. Historically, unit commanders presented challenge coins in recognition of special achievement by a unit member. They could also be exchanged in recognition of visits to an organization. I would like to recognize a graduating class member and retired captain, Jay Houston, to please come join me. Jay served from 1984 to 2004 in Special Operations Forces. Since retiring, Jay has continued to serve, working for the Department of Defense for an additional 20 years. Jay, thank you for your 40 years of military and civilian service. I would like to ask if there is any veteran who is a current graduate or puppy raiser who has not received a newly branded challenge coin to come forward and receive one. Okay. And finally, it is my pleasure to ask any veteran joining us for the ceremony today to stand so we can show our appreciation. Any other veterans in the room? Thank you all for your service, and thank you for your time.
Hello there, my name is Devin, and I am the training manager at the North Central region, and I would like to invite Sophie on stage for a special presentation. So we have some more exciting news at the North Central region. Sophie is being promoted to instructor after completing a multi-year apprenticeship. So for those of you who don't know, Sophie started her journey at Canine Companions in 2017, where she was a part of our kennel team. In 2019, she was promoted to the puppy program assistant, so she was helping Suzanne and all of the puppy raisers in that role. In 2020, she transitioned to the training side of the house as an instructor assistant. For the past 4 years, she has been working with the training team, kind of developing her skills as a trainer. So over the past 4 years, Sophie has been a huge advocate for all of our clients. She trains her dogs with the end game in mind, ensuring that all of the dogs that she works with help enhance somebody's lives. Sophie has been a thoughtful and dedicated member of our training staff. She's constantly jumping in to assist where needed, and she often brings humor into the work that she does, which we all appreciate as well. Sophie has done all of these things, all while completing multiple practical and written evaluations. She recently presented a case study on her own apprenticeship and the teams that she has worked with, and she is constantly advancing her dog training abilities as well. So Sophie, I am thrilled for your accomplishment. This is a huge deal, but I know that this is just a stepping stone in what is going to be a promising career for you. I also just want to add, I know the students of this class that you're about to present are also appreciative of the hard work that you have done, and I think it shows. So Sophie, I am going to present you with your instructor pin. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. So like Devin said, my name is Sophia. I had the pleasure of teaching this awesome team training class. And this class was made up of 13 wonderful people, whom all have worked so hard these past 2 weeks. They overcame different challenges and saw so much success with their new service dog. The best way to describe this class, I would say, is pretty smooth sailing. You guys took feedback well and implemented it. Even with some challenges, you chose to work through it and end on success. So thank you for giving your all these past 2 weeks. And we are so excited to see all that you guys will accomplish moving forward. So thank you. So I'm going to kick things off with introducing some students from our class to start the service dog handoff. So Jay, you're going to be first. So Joyce and Gordon, if you want to come on up. All right, Jay. Not yet, Wilson. Jay has come to team training from here in Ohio to receive his 4th service dog from Canine Companions. We already did the leash handoff, it's all right. Jay came to team training with an open mind and willingness to learn new dog handling skills that have changed since his previous service dogs. Jay is looking forward to having his new service dog pick up dropped items like his phone or wallet. Jay, you did a wonderful job of working with your new service dog and giving the feedback he needs to be successful, aka all of the cuddles. Jay was matched with service dog Wilson. Wilson was raised by Joyce and Gordon Spainhauer from Minnesota. Joyce and Gordon have been involved in Canine Companions for many years and have raised many puppies for us. Thank you, Joyce and Gordon, for preparing Wilson for this adventure that he will be going on with Jay. You already passed the leash, so thank you. All right, Meredith and John, if you guys want to come up. All right. Meredith is a school counselor and came here to team training from here in Ohio to receive her first facility dog. Meredith is looking forward to utilizing her facility dog to enhance the lives of her students, interrupt certain behaviors of her students, and help the students get to class easier. Meredith, you did an awesome job these past 2 weeks being consistent and a good handler to your facility dog. We are so excited to see all you accomplish with your students. Meredith was matched with facility dog Gibson. Gibson was raised by John Brenner from here in Ohio. John, thank you so much for all the time, love, and energy you put into preparing Gibson for this next chapter. We appreciate you. You may now pass the leash to Meredith. Lindsay and Jackie. Lindsay is a physician that came here from Ohio to team training to receive her first facility dog. Lindsay is looking forward to utilizing her facility dog to help tug off her patient's socks, utilizing interactive cues during exams, and retrieving items to help carry those items throughout the office for her patients. Lindsay, you took team training in stride and did a great job of getting to know your new facility dog and working with him. Lindsay was matched with facility dog Dino. Dino was raised by puppy raiser Jackie Trucco from here in Ohio. Jackie, thank you for all the love, time, and energy you put getting Dino prepared for this adventure he'll be going on with Lindsay. Thank you for all you do. You may pass the leash to I would now like to introduce Colleen, another instructor from this class.
Shelly and Chris, will you please join me? All right, Shelly came to team training to receive her third Canine Companions Service Dog Sergeant. Shelly's calm and gentle demeanor traveled right down the leash, and this team cruised through team training like the pros that they are. Always receptive to notes, Shelly was dedicated to learn some new handling techniques and doing everything necessary to secure her bond with Sergeant. Shelly looks forward to Sergeant adding a layer of support and independence by tugging open doors, picking up dropped items, and assisting her with taking on and off blankets at night. Sergeant was raised by local multi-time puppy raiser Chris Iams. Chris can always be counted on to help Canine Companions in so many ways. He has been seen taking drone footage of our campus for us. He can often be found volunteering to make lunches during team training, helping new puppy raisers navigate the puppy raising process, and of course exposing all of the puppies he raises to tons of experience and training. Thank you, Chris. You can now pass the leash to Shelly. Congratulations. Next up is Lisa and Scott and Sue. Lisa came to team training to receive her first service dog, Liam. Lisa is excited about Liam helping her pick up dropped items, tugging open doors around the house, and pushing push plates to navigate heavy doors in public, as well as the unconditional companionship he provides. Lisa appreciates Liam's calm and attentive temperament and has really taken all of our advice to help grow their bond. Thank you, Lisa, for always coming into class with a smile on your face and a great attitude. Your enthusiasm is infectious. Liam the Seventh was raised by Scott Hood and Sue Crook. We know it takes a lot of dedication, patience, and love to raise these guys. Thank you for all of your hard work in getting Liam ready for this moment. Scott and Sue traveled from Minnesota to present Liam the Seventh. You can now hand over the leash. Alexis and Patricia. Alexis traveled from Missouri to learn to work with her first facility dog, Norm. Alexis looks forward to using Norm's skills to assist her in her role as a special education teacher supporting children with disabilities at Rockbridge High School. Alexis plans on utilizing Norm's sweet and inviting nature to help her students reach their goals by assisting with tugging off jackets, picking up dropped items, and encouraging communication by having the kids give verbal cues. Alexis has done a great job over the past 2 weeks of taking in a lot of information, doing a ton of practice, and then applying it to become a very good leader for Norm. Norm the fifth was raised by Patricia M.G. O'Connor from Chicago, and he is the second pup she's raised for Canine Companions. Patricia did a wonderful job raising Norm. We really appreciate all the hard work it takes to set these guys up for success and get them to this point. Thank you, Patricia, for raising Norm. You may now hand over Norm's leash. All right, and next up is Renee, one of the instructors that taught the class.
All right. So the first graduate I have to talk about was not able to attend graduation today. We're attempting to get a photo up. But Britt he was one of our students in class today. And he's probably sitting at the airport right now, ready to go on a big long trip. Britt came to us from Kentucky to receive his first service dog. His calm and steady handling was a great asset as he coaxed his new dog to pick up his cell phone and tug open a fridge door. He appreciates his new dog's love of working and learning new things. Britt was matched with Cupertino, who is raised by Dennis Villasenor, who was up here earlier giving our challenge coin, and he'll also be up here later to step in for a puppy raiser who couldn't attend today. We appreciate Dennis for all you do for Canine Companions and for also just going with things when not everything goes to plan. So congratulations to Britt. If I could now have Allie and Tom and Bonnie join me up here. Allison came to us from Indiana to receive her second Canine Companion service dog. Allison came to class every day with a problem-solving attitude and lots of patience as her and her new dog learned to communicate with each other. Allison will be having her service dog help her open doors and assist her with laundry. Allison was matched with Valence, who is raised by Tom and Bonnie Witt, and they are also from Indiana. Valence is their third Canine Companions puppy, and when I asked about how to pronounce his name, Tom told me to think back to high school science class and think of a covalent bond, and how he hoped that Valence would find his bond on team training, and I believe that he has. Tom and Bonnie, if you could please pass Valence's leash to Allison. If I could please have Ryan and Leslie join me up here. Ryan is an adapted PE teacher from Indiana and came here to receive his second Canine Companions facility dog. Ryan had lots of ideas for all of the tasks that he taught his previous facility dog. And after getting to know his new dog, he had even more ideas on things that would best fit her fun and energetic personality. Those include having Dee Dee hold a pool noodle to play tag with the kids and pushing a balloon into the air to engage the kids in physical activity. Ryan was matched with facility dog Dee Dee. Dee Dee was raised by Leslie Fisher from right here in Ohio. Dee Dee is the 11th puppy that Leslie has raised for us. We appreciate all that you do for Canine Companions, Leslie, and all of the time and dedication you put into raising Dee Dee. Leslie, if you could please pass Dee Dee's leash to Ryan.
join me up here.
So Brian came to us from right here in Ohio and attended team training to receive his first Canine Companions service dog. His new dog will be there to pick up dropped items, tug a laundry basket, and take off his jacket after a long day. Brian is very laid back and go with the flow, which matches perfectly with his new service dog, Frosty. Frosty was raised by Sarah Crabtree, who used to be a trainer here at North Central until she left us for her home state of Florida. While training dogs in our southeast region, Sarah has also raised 5 puppies and is currently on her 6th. We appreciate that she continues to stay involved with her NCR family. Sarah, if you could please pass Frosty's leash to Brian.
I would now like to introduce Jen, who was our 4th teaching instructor for this class.
All right, I'm Jen. Can I have Felipe join us up front and Christy Bardman? Felipe joined us from here in Ohio to receive his 2nd service dog with his mom and dad. He wants a dog to help him pick up dropped items and provide a calming companionship out and about. Felipe and his family worked very hard to learn new habits and bond with his new dogs. Felipe was matched with Bert III, who was raised by Christy Bartman from Ohio. Christy is currently raising her 6th puppy. Christy, thank you for all you do for our organization. You can now hand over Bert's leash to Felipe. All right, Derek, if you could come up here, and Mary Jane McGinnis, if you'd like to join us. All right, Derek also joined us from Ohio to be matched with his very first service dog. He wants a dog to help him push his foot back on his foot plate, open doors, and pick up dropped items. Derek was incredibly patient and persistent throughout team training, and it shows in his new partnership. Derek was matched with Herbie IV, who was raised by Mary Jane McGinnis from Ohio. Mary Jane is currently raising her 7th puppy. Mary Jane, thank you for all you do for our organization. You can now hand over Herbie's leash to Derek. All right, and last but not least, Nick, if you want to join us up here, and Dennis and Shannon. How you doing, bud? Good, very good. Nick, I'm going to give my speech and then it's your turn, okay, buddy? Okay. Nick traveled from Wisconsin with his mom to meet his very first service dog. He wants a dog to help him carry items and provide deep pressure by laying over his lap. Nick provided much needed comedic relief during these past 2 weeks and formed a very close bond with his new friend. Nick was matched with Maud the fourth, who was raised by Mary Singleton, from Wisconsin. Mary has raised 6 puppies for Canine Companions. Here to represent Mary are Dennis and Shannon, who raised Cupertino, so thank you for stepping in. You can now hand over Maud's leash to Nick. invite my man Nick up here to give his class speech. So Nick, whenever you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Nicholas Sheila. I am 12 years old and I am honored to be speaking to you all today. Today is a day I will cherish forever as I graduate with my first service dog / canine companion. My journey started when I was born. I faced many life-threatening medical problems. After genetic tested in 2013, it was discovered that I had SHAR syndrome. SHAR syndrome is a rare and complex a rare genetic syndrome that has brought a lot of pain into my life. It has caused many multi-sensory defects, followed by numerous hospitalizations and even more surgeries. With that being said, it has led to many opportunities and brought a lot of people into my life who would otherwise not have come, like you all. At a charge conference in Florida, I saw a kid in the hotel elevator with a service dog wearing a blue vest that said Canine Companions. Being curious guy I am, I asked him about his dog. He told me it was a service dog from Canine Companions. After doing some research, my mom helped me in the process. And after having an interview and approximately a year later, here I am. I would like to share the profound impact that my service dog, Maud, will have on me. Maud is a gift. She will help me get things, lap, and my favorite hover. She will be my best girl. Lastly, I am great. Oh, sorry, I forgot a whole paragraph. She is nice, playful, and a good listener. As one of the instructors said, trust us. Your pre-max is suited best for you. Personally, I couldn't agree more in any universe. Lastly, I am great at filling other people's buckets, but now Maud is here to fill mine. This is because of everyone in the Canine Companion community for making this possible. Thank you all and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Nick. We appreciate that. All right. So next up, you're going to get a sneak peek into the last 2 weeks that we had in team training and a special slideshow.
the board of North Central Region, and I've been there for 10 years, and it's great to see everybody, and to have a graduation like this is always special. So a couple things, some administrative things. Again, congratulations to the graduates, and thank you to the volunteers, donors, and the community members in the crowd, and my fellow board members that are here. I see a few around the area here. We're volunteers on the board, but what I see these people doing in terms of puppy raising and day in and day out, it makes it worthwhile, let me just tell you. So what does Canine Companions mean to me, and what am I grateful for here today? I got told a couple of questions here. So I would say when you hear stories of 40 years of service and receiving a dog for the 4th time, when you hear about Nick, that's what it means. It means a lot to just hear these stories. And we're grateful because I can play a small part in it. So anybody's interested in campus tours after the ceremony, please meet staff member Nancy Weststone. She's raising her hand over there, and she'll be out by the fireplace in the open area. In terms of logistics, we are asking all the articulating puppies make their way to the kennels by 3:30 to be greeted by the staff. And then when getting off this campus, it'll make it a lot easier if everybody goes one way. So it's like going around the Colosseum in Rome and cars going every which way, right? So we don't want that. So we're going to go counterclockwise. So we're going to be going this way around. So if you're parked over here, go this way. If you're there, you're halfway there. But if you're over here, don't turn around and try to get out. So everybody go articulating around this way. And then starting at 3 o'clock, we have a donor appreciation and a Heritage Society event taking place in the great room. All are welcome to attend and be part of the engaging conversation. A day in the life of a trainer is going to be the focus. And then, without any further ado, I'd like to really, again, congratulations to the grads. And we'd like to have everybody who can stand up, if they're able to stand up, we'd like to do a clap out for everybody that all these recent recipients of their dogs. So please share. We're excited to send our teams off. Please stay in your seats or rise if you're able to stay. And final farewell to the graduating class of August 2024. Have a safe travel for those who are traveling today, and thank you very much. Again, the tour out by the fireplace.